Alright, today we're going to be doing a review on the Eberlestock J34 hunting pack and the Kuiu Icon Pro series. We have both the 5200 over here and the 3200, but we're just going to categorize them together since they are the Icon Pro series. The only difference between the two is just the size of it, and the 3200 doesn't have the top pouch which the 5200 comes with. But we're more focused on the comfort of it, packability, and the pros and cons of these packs. So we're just going to do a quick overview of the J34. These retail for $329 and is 4,600 cubic inches. Once you open it up, pretty big. It's like a, I don't know what kind of material this is, but it's pretty cool. You know, it'll ventilate if you want to pack meat in here, so it doesn't overheat. We got two front pockets that are here, and then we got two side pockets that run along the bag. Fits a good size spotting scope, and then we got two side pockets for water bottles, whatnot. And we also have a rifle scabbard, a built-in rifle scabbard, and the top pouch, two different pockets, goes into two different compartments. Pretty cool. So you just get either, once you have meat in here, then or gear, zip it up, strap some off the lower end, and top end. You got a bottom. Like that. Yep. These things weigh by itself empty is, I believe, roughly 7 pounds or so, maybe a little more. And yeah, it's a nice pack for its price. It's what I would call a budget backpack, or yeah, I would consider it a budget backpack. It's not expensive like a lot of the higher name brand bags or a lot of the other packs that you'll find on the internet. So what I would consider this pack good for is, you know, day hunts. I probably wouldn't use it for backcountry hunting, because I mean it is big, but then this thing will, I don't think it will handle any, you know, weight over 50 to 60 pounds comfortably. I mean, from experience, I packed out my 2015 Mule Deer buck, about 8% of the buck on this pack with my gear, and it was just brutal. You know, once you started hiking back, it would just sag, no back support, nothing really. There's nothing really here to, you know, support the meat or support the weight of it, and these kind of dig into your hip. It does for me. It digs really bad for me, so there's that. Yeah, it's a nice bag. It is nice, I'll give it that. The material is heavy duty. You know, it feels more durable than the Icon Pro material, which is what I like, but then the drawback of that is the weight of it. So that's just a brief review or overview of this bag. I'm sure there's more in-depth reviews about it, but we're not really gonna do that today. And then here we have the Icon Pro. This one right here on my frame right now is the 3200 pack. I had the 5200, which I use for, you know, backcountry hunts, 2 to 3 day hunts or whatnot. And then this one is my to-go day pack. I mean, I'll use this for day packs as well, depending where I'm hunting or depending how much gear I'm trying to bring with me. So there's a lot of pockets. Again, you can find all the specs on the Kuiu website. You know, there's 2 pockets here for what I use for water bottle. Front pouch here. Smaller pockets up here. And yep, this goes down into the main bag. And with these Kuiu bags, they're designed to where you pack meat in between the bag and the frame. So I think that's really cool, because if you want to let the meat cool down as you're packing it out, then you can just put it on in a game bag, slap it on there, and it'll cool down as you're hiking it out. But this bag empty is about roughly close to 5 pounds, and that 2 pounds sure makes a difference from the Icon Pro bag to the J34 pack. So what I like about this pack over the J34 is it's lightweight. Even with, you know, the bigger 5200 bag, it is still lighter. You know, the carbon fiber frame is money. You know, it very supportive. I packed out Jamie's mule deer and my whitetail buck this year on this pack, and you know, deboned, quartered out. My bag weighed, when we packed out her deer, I would say roughly 70 to 80 pounds with all my gear. You know, I have a lot of gear. We had food, extra clothes, sweaters, whatnot, just because it was cold during that morning. A lot of water, you know, ammo, all that stuff. 80 pounds or so, and I mean, the hike was just bad itself because it was so steep. But then with the support of the carbon fiber frame, it makes it doable. It makes it not as bad. It doesn't dig into my hips as bad, and it hugs your back really well. Even if just the way it is right now. I think I just have my spotting scope in here and my predator called my Foxborough. Like, you could tell that it hugs your back. It hugs really tight to your back, which, you know, doesn't sag, makes it comfortable. I'll hike with this all day long. You know what I mean? I did this with the J34 as well, but this thing throughout the day, you will notice that it starts digging into your shoulder, and it just feels like there's like no support as you hunt throughout the day, and after a while it gets really uncomfortable, and the bag itself just feels like extra dead weight. So the Kuiu is really nice bag, but it is on the spinnier side. I believe these are, let's see here, with the full kit, it's gonna run you, after tax and shipping, it's gonna run you roughly $500 or more. But I posted my J34 for sale because I started using this pack last year. I ordered it at the end of 2015 season, so I never used it until the rifle season for deer in 2016. And ever since then, I just put this away and never touched it. You know, so I ordered the 3200, and I just switch in between them, just back and forth, depending on what kind of hunt I'm doing that day or that weekend. But so when I posted this up, a lot of people would ask me why I switched bags, or what I didn't like about this, or what I liked about this more. And it just, you know, the biggest thing is just, you know, the durability, the fact that this thing will pack out more, roughly if you pack about 80 pounds on each bag, this one will be a lot more comfortable. You know, you won't feel the weight as much compared to this one. It's just because the design, you know, better pack, better design, you know, more durable. It does what it's designed for, and if you can tell here, it's just kind of soft material that kind of seems to expand or soften up after being used a few times, and it just doesn't, you know, do what I need it to do. You know, we hunt a lot where we hike in, you know, average 4 to 5 miles daily, you know, and where I want something that I could hike around with all day, being comfortable, and when I have to pack out game, then, you know, I know that it's gonna be able to handle it, because we don't hunt close enough to the car where we're gonna drag the animal out, or we could just, you know, make a short trip back to the car to get pack frames. So having something that will allow you to hike around, hunt all day comfortably, and get the job done when you need to pack out heavy loads, then this is a pack that I preferred and I chose, which is why this guy's for sale. You know, I mean, obviously I haven't sold yet because everybody's just asking me why I'm switching, why I don't like it, or why I, you know, decided that it wasn't good enough for what I was doing. So that's why, you know, it's just this pack, after one season with it, won me over simply. You know, it just does what we do, what I need it to do. And for someone that, you know, has to buy my own gear, I mean, I'm not being sponsored or anything, you know, we buy our own gear and we do a lot of reviews, or I'll watch a lot of reviews, and people will just, you know, give you the specs, whatnot, say what it is, what they think about it. But when it comes down to like putting it to the test, you know, I haven't seen much where people would compare it to a previous pack that they've actually tried or had and was able to tell the big difference or notice what was you know, what made it pop out over the other. So that's why I'm doing this review, because this bag it's a great bag. You know, it's a little more expensive, you know, and for, you know, guys that don't hunt the way we hunt or don't pack out, you know, game on a regular, then most likely you won't need to buy such an expensive bag. But for the people that do, you know, quarter everything out or go backcountry hunting, or, you know, requires a quality bag that will allow you to pack your gear, then this is why, you know, we're using the Icon Pros. So yeah, you know, just small review just to get it out there of why I switched and what I thought from my personal experience of which bag was better and which bag is, you know, worth the money to buy. I mean, you're gonna pay $200 to $300 for this. You might as well save up and buy something that, you know, will do the job better and make your life less miserable. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, this is still a really good bag for the money. You know, if you're on a budget and if you don't hike too far, if you don't hunt too far, or if you're only planning to carry your loads up to like 30, 40 pounds, maybe 50-pound tops, then this bag is still a very good bag. You know, you won't regret it. You won't not hate it, that's for sure. If you're coming from cheap Walmart backpacks that we used to hunt with, then you'll definitely notice that this bag is a lot better. But then when you go from this bag to this bag, then you won't look back, that's for sure. So yeah, you know, just simple overview of why I switched from the J34 to the Icon series. And right now, like I said, I have the 3200, the 5200, and Jamie also has the 3200. I think the 3200, I believe, is what I bought for her. So yeah, you know, it's what we're going to be using from now on until we find a reason that we shouldn't be, or if you find something better down the road. You know, technology is always advancing, so yeah. If you have any questions, drop them below. You know, I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability.